Well, you mentioned Brian Hoyer. We'll talk about him. He's a mutual friend of ours and obviously played at Michigan State. Tremendous guy. Hard to believe me to believe that he's entering his 15th year in the National Football League. And he brings a dynamic. He knows the Josh McDaniels system, but he also is a terrific teacher. Look what Mac Jones did, with him there, really tutor him in New England. How important, fans will just say all they do is hold a clipboard. And you and I know that's not true. How important in an organization is that Brian Hoyer role that he has?
Well, it's interesting. If you look at that role, it's the exact role that I was hired to do for the Cleveland Browns, right? They had Tyrod Taylor as their starting quarterback. They have Jimmy Garoppolo there in Vegas. They go draft a quarterback that they're trying to help develop. Now, vastly different because Baker was the number one overall pick, but you're there to be an extension of the coaching staff. You're there to fill in the gaps. As I talked about before, stuff getting lost in translation will absolutely cripple a team. And so when you can be kind of a player coach type of mentality that can also go in there at a moment's notice and operate the offense. It's a huge attribute to have. And kudos to Brian for being able to do that. I mean, 15 years in the NFL is a remarkable feat. And to be able to do that at a high level, to win as many Super Bowls as he's been a part of, to be in an organization. And I think he was extremely fortunate because where he started in New England, that laid the foundation for him of this is what a professional organization looks like. This is how I become a pro. This is how I prepare. This is how I make the defense better. All of those things matter. And Aiden O'Connell will be the beneficiary of 15 years of wealth of knowledge of being around some of the greatest people and coaches to ever be a part of this game. And he can sit there and he can soak this all in. He can learn from Brian Hoyer. He can then go ask Brian Hoyer questions as opposed to talking to the offensive coordinator, talking to the quarterback coach, bothering Jimmy Garoppolo. Not that he would bother him, but there's a certain level of focus you need to have on top of helping Jimmy out, doing all of these things. So it's such invaluable resource from the standpoint of yes, there's a monetary value that goes into it and saying, well, why did they give him this much? The quarterback with that type of experience, with that level of knowledge, especially within that system, can walk in there and instantaneously has credit and merit, can really help speed up the learning curve of everybody, and not just the quarterbacks. Like I said, it becomes an extension to the wide receivers, to the offensive line. Everything needs to be sped up on game day. And when you can sit there and already know what Josh McDaniels is thinking, it's very similar to what I was able to do my time in Arizona with Bruce Arians. I was the one relaying the message to Carson Palmer. It wasn't Bruce had to go talk to him or doing this. So all of that stuff matters, and being able to get that and expedite that is so vastly important in today's game.